Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are currently proceeding with our plan of attacking the Marish Watchers over here. We should have absolutely no problem crushing them. Our tech world here requires jobs easy enough. There we go. Problem solved. We're just waiting for some of our fleets to get into position here. This is allegedly a tech world. This, I think, has a lot of housing. And they have a sky dome on here? This is one that we captured from the AI. This makes no sense. We're going to replace this robot assembly plant with a gas extraction well, I guess? Do they have gene clinics on here? They don't. Let's put a gene clinic in there, and then we'll put in a gas extraction well. That'll be fine for now. And is there anything else that we can put in here? For now, this will be okay. I question that this is a tech world, though. That's for sure. I don't know what that world is intended to be, but a tech world, I do not think is it. So we have a number of fleets that are ready to go, but we have a number that are not. Let's just get ready for going through jump points. We're going to send these guys up over here. These will be down over to here. And over to here, and these guys will be, of course, over to here. Okay, so we're going to be hitting these locations, these 4 locations, immediately. This is a jump drive away. I would like to hit Gillis fairly early on. So if we're hitting these 4, we can hit Chi Draconis with this fleet basically immediately. And then jump drive to Gillis. That would work. The major issue is that these are this one is only a single fleet going to be hitting here in Bralix and in Hizzle. We'll have to be prepared to reinforce those if necessary, but I don't believe that will be necessary. This is only 816. Remarkable. Okay, that's not actually a high priority target then. This seems fine. Are we in position here? Well, we're almost there. We're just going to get into those jump points. And then I think we'll be ready. Okay, our sentry array has been completed. We now have galaxy-wide intel. That's fantastic. So that is our sentry array finished up here. We do want to work on our Mega Art installation site fairly soon. We need 2 more month ticks to get the alloys for that. And that's fine. We are now ready to declare our war on the Marish Watchers. We're going to do a wipe them out Wargle. And this seems fine.
At last, to war.
Okay, so we need to take 1 day for the borders to open, and then we head into Bralix and Iskelion. And that's a lot of consonants in a row. And we'll head into Hizzle as well, and from Nishpan to Chi Draconis. Excellent. And in we
Beginning
go.
attack run on enemy station.
Simultaneous attacks in a lot of locations. Ah. We're going to need a construction ship down here. I had not considered that. We'll get a Rio Grande class construction ship being built. We'll need that in multiple locations, though. Okay, so the first Federation fleet did take a few losses. Now, we're going to need to invade these worlds, and I don't know if we'll have to resettle them or not. That'll be interesting, for sure. So that construction ship will be done quite soon. We're going to jump from here to Gillis and get that taken out. From there, we'll, of course, just head up to here. We will take a few losses, but that's fine. No concerns there. Let's grab our transport fleets here. We're going to jump drive to Iskelion, and once there, we'll land on Iskelion 1. What do they have for defenses? 528. That's not very scary. Okay. The second fleet here is... Okay, who's moving? This guy's moving. Okay. The second fleet is going to jump drive up over here, and we'll land there. 264, that's not scary either. So at this point, war's over. Like, it's already done.
Battle is joined.
Okay, so the Ganges, really, the Ganges. Every time, or almost every time, we're getting a lot of construction ships named after DS9 runabouts. That's hilarious. I love it. Okay, the Ganges is going to make its way down over here. Okay. And this is, of course, not going to be a problem. There we go. War is over. They just don't know it yet. Now the question is, will we have to resettle these planets? Since we're on a wipe them out Wargle, I suspect we will have to resettle these.
Initiating ground assault.
Okay, how are we doing with our jump drive here? We can jump drive down to Hizzle, and then from there, build the starbase in Chi Draconis, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We want to get down there much, much faster. So that is wonderful. And we can actually go after their construction ship over here, I suppose. That'll be fine. Our gateway has been constructed in the Hokaja system. That is this one up here. Oh, and we need to continue upgrading this starbase. That'll be a thing.
Warriors are victorious.
Okay, so it looks like we did, in fact, take over the planet. Good to know. So we're not going to have to resettle all, or rather rebuild all of these. That's fine. Actually, I don't think there's a point in jump driving one away. This is the first fleet. We want the army. There we go. And we'll land on Sky Temple. That was the jump drive button. I'm pretty dumb. We'll land on Sky Temple. 3170. That's a lot. So, instead we're going to jump drive to Gillis. We're going to land on Gillis 1. 528. That's fine. Let's check these over here. 528, no worries. Askelion, we are currently invading. Okay, so it's just these two up here that have pretty hefty defenses. But we are bombarding those, and they will fall. I mean, we have enough to land on them, right? But we would prefer not to take those losses if at all possible. You can head back to Bralix. We want to make sure that they don't retain this starbase.
Initiating ground assault. Victory shall be ours.
Excellent. So their defenses will crumble. Absolutely no problem. And we're going to grab Chi Draconis. This is conveniently right next to Nishpan, so it's not even that expensive. Okay, we were victorious here. We will jump over to Bralix, and once there, we will land on Bralix 1. Wonderful. I would, again, like to do the same thing over the progenitors over here, but I just don't see a good way to get to them. I see bad ways to get to them. I mean, we could just go in the old-fashioned way. That's not the end of the world, I suppose. It's not great.
Initiating ground assault.
But it's certainly not the end of the world. Okay, let's check in on these two worlds over here. We're doing damage to them, but the devastation isn't really high enough yet. Yeah. Sad.
Our warriors are victorious. Enemy planet.
Okay, we'll go ahead and jump drive over here. Excellent. And as you can see, there's lots of resources for us to take in these regions.
Construction complete.
In Chi Draconis, let's go ahead and build a gateway construction site. For right now. Excellent. And the Africa is almost done constructing its Dyson Sphere site, so that is wonderful as well. We should colonize this world. This is a Gaia world, and we are going to do exactly that. We'll colonize Walled Garden. Excellent. So at this point, we're waiting on Bralix 1 to finish being invaded. That won't be very long. And of course, in the meantime, we are bombarding their other locations. Harnessing the power of the stars has been a dream of Ethiopian engineers throughout history. From crude combustion to the pale imitation of solar fusion, and now we stand ready to realize this dream. In the Ziph system sits the scaffold upon which we will build a Dyson sphere, encompassing Ziph and monopolizing the cataclysmic power, the star. Boundless. Okay, let's take a look at that. So this is our Dyson sphere site. We'll need to build the frame. It's the foundation for the future Dyson sphere and does not generate any energy. Okay, we'll go ahead and do that. That's not directly located over the star. We're gonna have some problems, fellas. Okay, hopefully that's just a visual bug and it will move. We are, of course, building a gateway over here, so that's fine.
Our warriors are victorious.
We have finished invading over here, and we'll jump drive to Hizzle. Yep, we built that outpost. That's expected. Governors are all gaining traits all at once. That's also, honestly, fairly expected. So we are jump driving our way on up. The Miravandia Trade Consortium has discovered that we're building a Dyson sphere around a central star in one of our most beloved constellations, the One-Eyed Wanderer. The Wanderer has watched over our kind since the beginning of time. With her single eye, she guides not only our fleets, but the stars themselves in their journey across the sky, and now you've built a sphere around it, blinding her. Though it will take many years before we can tell the difference from here, the notion that she won't be watching over future generations has shaken our people, and they deserve a formal apology. We'll share some of our energy with them. That'll be fine. They're part of our federation. Like, it's not a problem. In an attempt to repair some of the damage done to the relation between our empire and the Miravandia Consortium following the construction of a Dyson sphere around one of their most beloved stars, our emperor traveled all the way to their homeworld to deliver a sincere apology to their people. Though it may take them some time to recover from their loss, they appreciated that we made an effort. Hopefully from now on, the relations between our empires will only improve. Indeed. Okay, let's see how we're doing on these bombardments. 43% devastation here. They do have an Aegis complex. Okay. Their armies are still doing fairly well, 3,200 and 3,200. That said, we have more. But I'm going to allow the devastation to continue to increase for right now. Now, I believe, is there still bonuses? Let's see, we just jumped up into level 3 devastation. Is there still invasion bonuses for higher devastation? I'm not sure that there is. I think that might have been something that they removed. Okay. Because I was going to say, if that's the case, then we should probably wait until devastation is higher. But yeah, I think that's an old system. Okay. Nevertheless, we may still want to wait until devastation reaches max, just so that these are chipped down a little bit more. They're still pretty devastating in terms of their size. Like, it's huge, huge armies there. Defensive armies are strong. Remember that. We're going to go ahead and hit our reinforced fleet button. There we go. That gets us all we needed. Perfect. And we are, I mean, the war is over. They have no space-based capacity to fight back at this point. So that is fine. Our gateways are well underway. Are we still building our mega art installation? Actually, we haven't started that yet. We need to remember to do that. In fact, I'm just going to buy in a few alloys so that we can do that a couple months sooner. We want to get that going. A bold statement of intent, indeed. So next month, I think, or the month after? Month after. Sounds good? We can go ahead and activate the Surveyor. Dathana getting 7 additional minerals. We'll take a look at that in a moment. We don't really have a... We don't really have a construction ship ready for that at this time, but there we go. Get that art installation going. Fantastic. Okay, so Dathana is, of course, up over here. We'll tell this guy to go work on that as soon as he's done here. Ah, that's not necessarily great. Okay. What's going on here? There we go. Yeah, no. We're going to decline that one. And the first expeditionary fleet is here. Okay. They managed to make their way back. They're not going to last long. Well, they're doing better than expected. Are we not fighting back? Guys, fight them. Okay, now we're fighting them. Kind of. It looks like we're not even shooting at them. What is happening? Why are we not shooting them? Can we shoot them, please? They're just attacking us and we're running away. What is happening here? Why are we not fighting? I'm so confused. Get in here, guys. We clearly need reinforcements, but we shouldn't. We're not shooting at them. It's like we're not in a battle. But we are. But we're not. This is really buggy. These guys are in the battle, but we're able to give them direct orders. Like, what is happening right now? I'm so confused. Do we need to save and reload? Maybe that would cause them to work properly. Now they have no orders, and now I'm telling them to attack. This is so weird. Our fleet is... Both of our fleets here are totally bugged. We'll see if these two are bugged as well. If these fleets are also bugged, then we've got a big problem here. They're also bugged. We can't fight these guys. We can't shoot at them. I mean, we're out of consumer goods, and that's something that we should handle. But I feel like I have to save and reload and see if this is working. Because this is not how the game is supposed to be being played. We'll make a save here. And we'll load that in. And hopefully by loading it in, that'll reset our fleet so that they'll actually fight. Because they're not fighting. They're just getting wrecked. I'm so confused right now. We have 4 fleets there, and they're not doing anything. Like, they're not even shooting. Okay, with the game reloaded, let's see what happens. There. Now they're fighting. And it's over. That quick. Okay. We took way more damage than we needed to there, but it's fine. We're going to do this, and we're going to send these guys back home. We're going to have them jump drive over to here. And then from there, they're going to go to Seoul. They took more damage than necessary, but I guess it'll be okay. That was just a really weird bug. But we'll just reposition over here, and we'll continue doing this. Scum and villainy on a Skellion 1. That is unacceptable. It's a lot of crime. Okay, we'll put in some Halls of Judgment. We'll need to go through these after the war, of course. Or rather, precinct houses. There we go. And let's go ahead and get those landings done, I think. That was a really weird situation. Our fleets were definitely bugged there, but luckily reloading saved them. It fixed the problem. So that's very, very good. We'll go ahead and land on these. We're going to take losses. That's understood. Devastation is at 100 here and 100 here, so should be fine.
Initiating ground assault. Victory shall be ours.
Let's see how this goes.
Initiating ground assault.
It's going to hurt. We're going to take losses, for sure. Wide combat widths. That's not great as long as they've got reserves. Well, actually, wide combat widths are good for us. Narrower combat widths are tough. because we have so many reserves. Okay. Even as widening social rifts manifest on Egglesiles 1, local communities are galvanized by the upheaval and united by a common desire for greater equality. Okay, that's nice. Let's see what they've got going on here. Not a whole lot. Are these guys in Frontier Sector? They are. Okay, we'll move them into their own sectors. I guess that'll be fine. Not a whole lot to be done here at this exact moment, though. Okay. Well, let's wrap up this war. That won't take very long at all. And you can see we're definitely losing armies. That was to be expected. But they are losing armies too. We've almost chipped through, well, we've almost chipped through like half of their reserves, I guess. Okay, disturbances are going on over here as well. This isn't surprising. We just conquered this location, so we're not surprised that it's low stability. There's some crime here. I wouldn't mind putting in a precinct house. We're also out of consumer goods again, and that is something that we absolutely need to handle. So we're going to sell off a bunch of food and buy in some consumer goods like that. That'll keep us going for a while and will help a lot of that unrest.
The conquest of a new world has begun.
Indeed. So yeah, we're definitely taking losses here, but that was expected. And they're taking losses too. We should win this, in theory. Combat width of 11 versus combat width of 9. Yeah, their defense armies are crumbling, and we're just kind of throwing clone after clone after clone after clone at them. It's all very ethical. Oh, we've got allied units here. That's nice. That's very nice, in fact. Yeah, that's great to see. Our general prioritizing using Federation troops instead of our own troops, always good to see. We're almost through their reserves here. Smuggler activity has been reported on Procyon Prime, and that's not great. Let's see what we've got going on here. Yeah. I'm going to get rid of the monument here. We've got precinct houses. I'm just going to upgrade the precinct houses for now. And we do have an anti-crime campaign going here, so that's fine as well. Okay. So we are now through the reserves on Celestial Throne. That's great. We have tons of reserves left ourselves. We're hitting their front line here. They still have reserves on Sky Temple, and I think that's because of the combat width here. The narrower combat width favors the defenders a little bit in this situation, I think. But we've taken big losses in both of these attacks. We knew that was going to happen. That was always going to be the case. I'm going to go ahead and queue up a bunch more armies here. This will, of course, be clone armies of Azizans. And we'll just queue up a bunch of these. How many? Well, I wish I could shift-click to queue them up at, like, 10 at a time. But we're queuing up a bunch of them.
Construction
there we go.
Complete.
Energy weapon attack speed finishing up. That's always nice to see. Let's go ahead and go with shield hit points next. And let's see how these invasions are going. This is pretty over. Celestial Throne will fall. They're through the reserves on Sky Temple now, and our gateway in Chi Draconis is ready to be started. Let's go ahead and do exactly that. And then we're going to start building our mining stations over this way. Mining and research. There we go. We'll have to grab this up over here as well, of course. And now we're just hitting the disengaged troops. So Celestial Throne has, in fact, fallen.
Our warriors are victorious.
Wonderful.
Enemy planet conquered.
Now we just need Sky Temple. They still have 6 in their front line. We're hitting their disengaged units pretty hard right now. I'd really prefer that we hit the front line, but that's not currently an option. We have no interaction with this invasion interface, and I actually wish that we had some interaction with it. That'd be neat. Okay. Well, we are hitting their front line somewhat, but we're mostly hitting their back line here.
Incoming transmission.
No, that's not going to happen. Okay, well, it is pretty much time to put a cut in here. I'm not going to do that until this war is over because it's so close, but I will say that you can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and let's just wrap up this invasion. This is the last invasion of this war, and at that point, the Marish Watchers will be gone. They only have one frontline unit left and 2 backline units. That frontline unit is gone. Okay, that's it. There we go.
Warriors are victorious.
The ancient precursor state of Marish Watchers has met its final demise at the hands of its enemies. What the fall of this once great empire will mean for galactic politics remains to be seen. Indeed. And with that, I will see you all next time.